I was diagnosed with cancer in 2018, and it blows my mind actually that now in 2021, I still feel the effects of that. As I come into 2022, I wanted to take a couple days and do some reflection, looking at what happened in my life in 2021. I don't know why I'm getting emotional already. Coming into the new year, I was so thankful for my body, which kept on fighting for me. I was thankful for its resilience to continue to show up and transform and help me heal. I was thankful for my family, for my community, for my husband, for our puppy, and I was excited to be able to open up my eyes every single day and live the life before me. It was my goal and intention to live every day to the fullest, to serve others in some way and make a difference, and to create joy within my life. I finished my main chemotherapy treatment in January of 2019. However, I continued on with zoledronic acid infusions to help maintain my bone density. But on January 29th, it was my very last infusions, and I finally got to ring the bell. It was such a big day. Oh. February 4th is World Cancer Awareness Day, and this past year, I remember it really hit me in the heart. Someone that I love was diagnosed, and I just remember just feeling just so frustrated with how much cancer there is in the world these days. And I just remember wanting so bad to make a difference in some way, to help women find breast cancer earlier, to educate young people and make them aware of breast cancer and the fact that it can happen even if you're younger, even if you're healthy, because that was something I wasn't aware of. My husband and I got married on February 15th, 2017. So this past year we celebrated our 4th anniversary. We planned a little mini weekend getaway to some hot springs near our house. If there's ever a time for like gifts or celebrations, all I ever want to do is experience something. So I asked my husband if we could plan a getaway instead of doing gifts. So we did. But unfortunately, right before our anniversary, there was a new COVID restriction and we were banned from any travel that wasn't considered mandatory. So we had to cancel, and I don't even remember what we ended up doing. Oh, actually I do. Another tradition we have for our anniversary, which is so fun, is we watch our wedding anniversary video. It is a full documentary of our wedding. It's about an hour and a half. It has us, it has everybody that was there, and I absolutely love it. On February 16th, I had my 6-month screening, and it is something that I'm very grateful to have. But the amount of anxiety and nerves and just I can't even explain it. Absolutely worked up as I come into these appointments. Thankfully, I was not diagnosed with cancer again. On February 18th, I launched this channel officially with my new intention of making a difference in the realm of breast cancer awareness, and helping different people. So I shared my first video that talked about my experience being diagnosed and 4 signs that I believe I missed that could have led to my diagnosis earlier. So that was a really big day. I'm kind of a quiet person, and I don't love hearing myself talk, to be honest with you, but I feel so passionately about this and I really want to make a difference. So I got over those challenges and just decided to go for it and just be me and hopefully help someone. March was a really heavy month for me after 1.5 years on my hormone medication, I started to realize that I wasn't going to be one of those people where the side effects decreased over time. And it was really heavy. As you may know, if you've watched my video that describes how being on hormone therapy makes me feel, just realizing that that would be my fate for the next 3.5 to 7 years was a big pill to swallow. For the past few months, I had been struggling with weight and water retention and just feeling like I wasn't able to control what my body was doing. And I really was starting to blame it on the hormone therapy and feeling really helpless. On April 9th, to be exact, I made the decision to change my mindset. Prior to April 9th, my mindset was to somehow get smaller, to lose weight, and to decrease my size. But I decided that wasn't working. So instead, what I was going to do was aim to grow. I really decided to lean into muscle building and weightlifting at this point, and I remember it being such an empowering shift in my mindset and perspective, and I almost instantly felt more in control and felt more powerful within my body. So this was a really exciting memory and day for me. On April 30th, I had a bit of a health scare. I remember this day quite vividly. It was the day before my brother's birthday, and we were getting together in the evening with my family for some appetizers, and I was having an increasingly hard time breathing. I can remember I was driving downtown and I almost felt like I was suffocating. I needed to unroll the windows and just like take breaths of fresh air, and really I had to try really hard to get those breaths in, and I was scared. I told my symptoms to the doctor, and she also had reason for concern like I did, so she escalated my appointment and told me to go to emergency. What they were worried about was that I had a blood clot, and that was causing my inability or my troubles breathing. I just remember once again feeling so frustrated. Earlier in the month, I was feeling strong, I was feeling, healthy, I was excited about my new outlook, and then all of a sudden, wham. I remember breaking down in the hospital as they were trying to put in the IV and they couldn't find a vein, and it was so painful. And I was just so frustrated. As it turns out, they couldn't see a blood clot, which was really great, but they did see some other things on the scans. I had some swollen lymph nodes in my armpit, and there was something that was found in my liver. So the saga continues. The stress and anxiety, the scanxiety, and just everything just compounded once again. It was just that reminder when I was starting to feel really good, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, here's a little reminder that you had cancer and you're still going through it as a survivor, and all of these things are still popping up. So not one of my favorite memories in April. May 19th was a really good day. It was roughly 2 years and a few months after my mastectomy surgery and 1 year after my exchange surgery. And that day, for the very first time, I was able to lift the same amount of weight with my lower body than I could pre-diagnosis, when I was feeling at the top of my game. Lil is batting at the door here for some food. We'll get you some food in a minute, girl. So it was such an incredible day. I felt like what I was doing was making a difference. I felt strong. I felt like I saw a little bit of my pre-diagnosis self back, and it felt good. It was a good day. On May 27th, I discovered cording for the 4th time since my initial mastectomy surgery. It was on my mastectomy side, just in my armpit. And I actually made a whole video about this, so if you're not sure about courting or if you want to see what it looks like, I would recommend checking that out. But the fourth time, on June 4th, I had one of my follow-up appointments with my oncologist. This was a big appointment for me because I was getting some results for some recent scans that I had, which I was very nervous about. And the appointment was even bigger than I imagined. Clear scans, which is amazing and exciting in itself. But then she let me know that I had just surpassed my 2-year mark of being cancer-free. And that was so huge. I didn't expect it, so it was almost even more exciting. We had reason to celebrate there. And then on the flip side of that, I got to talk to her about how much I was really struggling on the hormone therapy medication. She knew that because I'd been really open and honest with her the whole time. So at that point, she actually gave me the okay to take a break from my hormone therapy medication, which is something that I didn't expect at all. I didn't know whether or not I was going to do that, but just having the option, having the go-ahead, having the choice and the freedom with her blessing to do that, it just made me a little bit lighter, and that was a really good feeling. And towards the end of the month, after a year plus of COVID restrictions and lockdowns and businesses closed, my husband and I finally got to go on one of our favorite date nights, which is to the movie theater. Good morning to you. It is now New Year's Eve day when I'm recording this video, and ready to move on the second half of the year. July, I made the decision to really focus on me. I was continuing to struggle mentally, so I decided to really make an effort to disconnect from social media, and I made the decision and the goal to start journaling, to listen to self-help and empowering audiobooks, and to really spend some time doing a little bit of meditating, nature meditating, being mindful and present. I was just ready to feel better. On July 19th, something really cool happened. I was asked to do a photo shoot with Allie Nash. Her Instagram handle is All I Want Is Nature, and it was really exciting. It just seemed like the perfect opportunity and time to do something like this, because all throughout my cancer journey, when I needed to make a decision, or I was trying to process everything that was going on, or I just needed to calm down, I would get outside and I felt so much peace. Seeing the rejuvenation that happens within a forest was inspiring to me. So getting to do this photo shoot with her was a lot of fun, although the mosquitoes were quite rampant that day. So I came out after having a lot of welts in my upper body, but it was definitely worth it. The experience was great, and the photos that came out of it are beautiful. She has such an incredible eye. On August 5th, I was blessed to celebrate my 37th birthday, and I actually love birthdays. Come here, Lil. Come on. Having a birthday to me means that I got to live another year, and that is an absolute gift and blessing. So I was excited to turn 37 this year. I also didn't feel like 36 was my best year. I struggled a lot with the hormone therapy, and I was just ready for a fresh start. Also, I think it helps that 7 is one of my favorite numbers, so that just kind of brings a good omen coming into the year as well. On August 21st, I had my yearly mammogram, and once again, I felt a lot of anxiety coming into this appointment, because it was almost 3 years since my first diagnosis. And once again, I still was unsure about those feelings that I had had in my body a few months ago, even though I had got the okay last time. Just whenever a scan comes up, it reminds me that the possibility for another diagnosis is there. Thankfully, I got another all clear and birthday month was okay. Quite often coming into September, I feel inspired and I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to get back into routine after the summer. And this year, I didn't feel that way. I felt lost. I felt helpless. I felt down. And I just kind of felt like, what's the point? That's not me. That's not how I want to feel. When I feel that way, I can get re-inspired by making a fitness goal, because being active and working towards something is usually something that helps me just kind of get my life back on track and be excited and be up for something and be working towards something. So this year I decided to embark on a 12-week health and fitness goal. So that was basically what September was all about for me. In October, I decided to seek out professional support for my mental health, as my efforts had not yielded in any relief. On October 6th, I started a free home-based cognitive behavioral therapy program that was put on by the Canadian Mental Health Association. And it's really cool. They send you workbooks on specific topics to do at home on your own. And then you have coaching calls available to go over those workbooks and talk about the answers. The program's called Bounce Back. And then on October 12th, I had my very first call with a new clinical counselor that I was recommended, and it was a really good fit. I've been looking for a psychologist or counselor to talk to for a really long time, and I hadn't found someone that I felt like I really connected with quite yet. And I think that that's important, but this person really spoke to my heart and was able to bring about questions that I really didn't know that I needed to talk about. And in October, I feel like it was maybe one of the first months where I really formally started to talk about some of the pain points that I had been having over the past few years and start to work through them. So it was a really big step. Oh, it's chilly today. November 4th was a big day because that was one of the first steps I took, well, formal steps I took to help prepare me for going back to work. I enlisted in a program from the vocational rehab counselor at BC Cancer that was delivering a lot of information to people who have gone through cancer as they start to think about going back to work and how they can advocate for themselves, some different tools to help make the transition more seamless. And it was really helpful, so I'm glad that I did that. But in general, I would say November was a challenging month. That month specifically, I was really fighting with all the things that I feel like cancer has taken away from me, or the fear of what it has taken away from me. I was mourning the loss of my personality. I was mourning the potential loss of my fertility, and it really all just felt very overwhelming, even with all the new courses that I was taking and the things that I was doing to try and help heal. I was still really feeling it in November, and it was a really big roller coaster that month. This seems like a good spot to end the video. I think I have little icicles on my eyelashes. So on December 19th, I completed my 12-week health and fitness goal, and it was great. I was very proud of myself. It really did give me that purpose and motivation and control and belief in myself again. Just having something that I decided to do, and I took charge and I did it.
And coming into the new year today on December 31st, I feel good. I have the sun on my face. I am so thankful to be able to be out here and move my body. And I'm so thankful for my family, for my husband, for our puppy. And I have positive thoughts and intentions coming into 2022. I'm very excited for it. I think that there's lots of good to come. And I'm excited to continue to invest in myself and grow and give back to you on this channel and continue to heal forward, as my healing journey is not over. It's a work in progress. I wish you all the best coming into 2022. I wish you lots of health, lots of happiness in your heart, and the ability to continue to fight and be resilient against anything that's trying to stop you from being your best. Take care, friends, and happy 2022.